It takes a long time to put a programme of work, a 6-month season of work together, and it took almost as long to unpick it as it did to put it together. The first thing we did really when we had to close was to think about those vulnerable people who we have interactions with on a regular basis, and we've established a programme called Playhouse Connect to engage with people who are vulnerable, to engage with people who experience loneliness or mental health challenges. Towards the autumn, we did plan a series of activities and some programme, and we did some really interesting and exciting work which responded to what we've all been living through. But sadly we had to close again, which meant that the Christmas show we'd been planning wasn't able to be shown to live audiences. But another thing we did, we pivoted and we made that so that it could be digitally distributed, and we got decent sales. It was seen by, I think, people from around 20 countries around the world. So what we've tried to do is respond to the difficulty and the circumstance we found ourselves in. We want to be strong and resilient so that when we're through this, we're here for the city of Leeds and beyond. It's our responsibility to be engaged, and it's our responsibility to help uplift, entertain, bring joy and hope. What we are essentially as a theatre is we tell stories, and part of that is the stories that we choose to tell and how we enable people to tell their own story and how much ownership people feel about that. And throughout this whole pandemic, it's about people recount their experiences. You know, they tell their own version, or the version of the way it's impacted on their lives or their families' lives. And I think that what's unique about the theatre, and even though I've really enjoyed engaging with the digital sphere, actually it's about people coming together into a space, sharing a moment with artists who are essentially creating their art form in front of our eyes. There's something very precious about that. These communal events are incredibly important, and to be denied that is, I think, one feels that loss. So understanding what we've been through and being able to contextualise that, reflecting on old stories which help us understanding, or telling new stories which help us to sort of put it in some sort of context, all of that is what's going to sort of sustain us, I think, as we come out of this. And also coming to see a show which doesn't mention anything to do with COVID, pandemic, or anything, where people just are released and are together in a moment. And that's something I really look forward to.